Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network here on TikTok, possibly on YouTube too. And so I want to just thank everybody for yesterday that pulled together and helped me and spent the day with me and Craig, and we had an amazing time with all of you throughout the day. It was a beautiful day, and I hope everybody had a beautiful Valentine's Day. And if you haven't got to celebrate yet, happy Valentine's to you when you do. And if you're alone and don't get to have a significant other, then you can be the Valentine for everyone here. So we love you all. We love our audience, and we want to thank you guys. So this morning, though, I got up and there was a message on my YouTube channel that I decided to respond to. And what started out as this much response became this much response. And I'd very much like to read to you this response. And it's going to be the only response I have at this time. Going forward, we will only be covering Gypsy's book on lives. Those will be on Tuesday and Thursday nights, starting between 8 and 9 p.m. We're trying to decide what exact time we want to start. And when we finish that, we will no longer be talking live about Gypsy Rose. We will be putting out content from our documentary. We'll be sharing things from our books, and that is all we want to do. We will be moving on to other cases, other types of shows. We are not just true crime here at the Good Wives Network. We've got a lot of other things and other plans for that, and we've got a lot of things coming down the pipeline. But so this was in reference. This is Salty who wrote this, and I'm going to read their response, and then I'll read mine, and it may take two parts for this. So this is part one if you have just started watching. And this is all allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment and educational purposes only. So this person said, "You're so contradicting yourself. So when they say your real name, that's doxing. But if you say their real name, it isn't doxing. How does that make sense? Also, it seems to you everything is everyone else's fault, but you're not your fault in any way whatsoever. I also remember that you don't ever stand for body shaming, but I also remember you body shaming Gypsy in that pink dress she wore this past summer. Again, you contradicting yourself, and again, you never do wrong. Look, I don't like Gypsy Rose at all, but don't go after people who body shame and doxing people when you do it yourself. You also in the wrong, and guess what? I don't give a fuck if you like my comment or not. Everything I'm saying, it's in your video, so you or your followers can't say anything. Don't pretend you're a good person and everyone else is nasty. You're also a nasty person. Have the day that you deserve." So I wrote back, "Nope, I have never said that saying my legal name is doxing. It's not. In fact, if you paid attention to what I actually say and not what the cackling hyena nobody say I say, or cackle and talk over what I'm actually saying, then you would know that. That's the real problem with that group and their followers. You're a bunch of sheeple that bleat in the direction of anyone who dares to have a difference of opinion, not on the case, but the drama that group creates. I am taking appropriate action, and they are trying to convince everyone that I am doing something wrong. I am not. I have legal right to have my content not used by other creators. I have the right to not have people spread rumors about me for things they well know I did not do, like abusing my dog. If Toddy and Morbid really felt that I was and they had solid proof, they would have just played it. They wouldn't have just played it on air to inflame you. They would have reported it to the proper authorities, not the court of public opinion. It's nothing more than a witch hunt in my direction. I have nothing to say about them or to them. I have filed legal actions and I intend to see those through. I have that right. If the law and the platform agree, then it is not false. I have an actual company that owns my content. I am not just a random content creator on social media. How would you feel if you would see this if it was Lifetime or HBO striking them? You just can't do these things. You cannot use people's content like that in the manner that they are using it. It's not okay. It's not right. I am in no way standing in the way of justice for Dee Dee or Nick. I never have. I have always been on the quest to truth, not a side or other than the side of truth. I'd like to be left alone to do that. I don't hold lives every night of the week bashing people. I am trying to finish off projects so I can move on. I should not be your sole source of content for weeks. It is absolutely absurd that everyone brings up that I fat shamed Gypsy. First, making the statement that the dress did make you look fat and like a slut is a one-time observation. Was it mean? Yes. And am I sorry I said it? No, she came in my life to cause chaos because Pink Cat Sarah had accidentally invited her. She threw the first shots by saying what she said to me, and I fired back. Was it nice? Absolutely not. Was it truthful? 100%. No, I didn't say Gypsy was fat. I said the dress made her look those ways. My commentary was actually for Krusty on that one and other people that are around her. I think it is absolutely abhorrent that there are people around Gypsy all the time that are supposed to be helping her and guiding her, and they do nothing of the sort in all aspects. I have been in retail clothing and a designer for 20 plus years. It was my job to not let clients walk out of my stores looking ridiculous. The fact that nobody told her with the low muscle tone that Gypsy has that at the time that dress was not flattering is pathetic. It was terrible fabric with a cutout at the waist which pulled her in weird, and her squishy body, due to her actual conditions, looked unattractive through it. It looked cheap. Here she is being interviewed for national TV, and she looks like she's wearing dime store clothes. It was upsetting to see. Again, nobody cares about her image as long as she's raking in the money. Everyone assumes I'm some heinous, hate-filled person. I'm really not. I simply know this case and these people better than most, and as such, it means I have certain insight into what they are doing and who they are. I don't care at all what Gypsy, Ken, and the rest of them are currently doing. I simply want to be left to do what I need to do. The Petri family needs to do whatever they need to do and leave me alone. I have every right to speak on how they failed their niece and their sister every day, not just over the last 10 years, over Dee Dee's entire life. They are out here now for justice, not for justice, but they want to cash in because they are tired of Gypsy being the only ones speaking out and getting paid, in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment and educational purposes only. It's all about the money, folks. That's the cold hard truth. But it is true. I have verifiable proof that the Petries, not Dinah and Nellie, the Petri family themselves have lied, but been paid for those lies and continue to lie today. I'd like you to tell me just one story that they have told that was kind to their sister. Just one. Don't worry. I'll wait. Guess what? You won't find it. They had a duty to their sister and they failed. F them. Fine, grieve. Stay out of the spotlight all you want, but don't come out here screaming justice now when you couldn't have cared less while your sister was alive, nor over the last 10 years, 1 ounce of respect to your sister or not one act of kindness. Too little, too late. You waited until strangers on the internet decided that your sister mattered before you get her the most basic of respectful things for her passing. Urns are not expensive, and you all were paid professionals. You're doing it now because you're pissed off, not because you give two shits about your sister's memory. You could have showed up to court to support her, told your story to news media. You could have showed up, held vigils. Hell, the VisionCon people had good enough sense to do that. And you know how I feel about them. Pathetic. Be mad all you want at me for saying it, but again, it's the truth. You might as well have flushed her ashes down the toilet for all the good you've done for her. People think you guys were silenced. You were not. From 2015 to 2019, the sisters were all over Facebook groups. They were horrid to their sister. Those of you that have not been here from the beginning do not have that information, but many of us have screenshots to prove it. They are only speaking out now because they see the attention and decided it's our turn at the cash cow. Fuck them. Do right by your sister and nobody would have shit to say to you. I also do not just have two tiny little clips from that live with Nellie and Dinah. We recorded for hours. I do not edit anything, and the police all have the full thing, and there were witnesses. Dank Harley, just remember, babe, you admitted to being in that room too. Don't worry, honey. You'll get your chance to tell your story. But they truly said those things, and for that, they screwed up big time. F-A-F-O. Catch part 2.